What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue, and today we're going to be looking into the first week of this new surprise event Blizzard put up. Timewalking for 5 weeks in a row. Meaning 5 weeks in a row I'm not going to get the infinite Time Reaver mount. Yay. All joking aside, this is actually a pretty awesome event to have right now for a few reasons. Before we get started though, I just wanted to throw out a quick reminder, since this is a Tuesday video, to keep an eye on the corruption vendor once reset hits here in the US at 8 AM Pacific time, and for any EU players, the rotation will swap over once your reset kicks in. I have a link to the channel's corruption Google Sheet in the description below if you want to take a peek at what's available, since it seemed kinda silly to keep doing corruption vendor videos when the rotation was going to be consistent. Anyways, as for why this new version of the Timewalking event may interest you, Blizzard has decided to give Timewalking a broader benefit rather than just Timewalking badges and a rare mount that you'll never see drop. All combat and quest rep gains for each specific expansion are increased by 50% for the duration of the week of Timewalking pertaining to that expansion. This first week will be Burning Crusade Timewalking, so I figured I'd give you some ideas of what you could use this week of Timewalking for. Oh, and if you end up liking the video, maybe perhaps leave a comment or a like. I'd greatly appreciate it, and doing so would make you at least 18.5% more charming. So, for Burning Crusade Timewalking, there are a few things I'd strongly recommend purchasing with your badges if you haven't gotten them already. These recommendations will of course depend on what you need or want for your character, but I'll explain why I recommend each of these things in particular. First and foremost, Timewalking is the easiest way to gear refresh 120. Although we still have the Winds of Wisdom XP buff, Timewalking can sometimes be a bit of a rough time to level through. Get it? Because it's Timewalking, and time. Yeah, okay, I'll stop yammering. After all, time is money, friend. But yeah, not only does Timewalking give 425 gear, which is pretty impressive in itself, but you also get a free 500 Timewarped badges just for doing a single dungeon. With these badges, you can go to Capri in Shattrath City to purchase a pretty good variety of 410 gear. The really nice thing about Burning Crusade Timewalking is the amount of weapons and trinkets Capri sells, and they're honestly not even terrible trinkets for the most part. Even if you don't end up using the items, if you're really low item level, then just buy them to increase your overall item level so your World Quest gear scales higher. That, and if you really want to do more Timewalking, the dungeons themselves do give the minimum 425 item level piece, which is pretty decent at lower levels, and it can time warp. These next 5 weeks are by far the best time to get any new characters you have to 120 and geared, as they'll start off exceptionally high in terms of item level for basically no effort. If you don't have any lowbie characters to catch up though, then you'll want to invest these badges in other items. Although I'm not really a big fan of toy collecting, I really enjoy ones that give you a beneficial effect, such as teleporting to different zones. Both the Ever-Shifting Mirror and Fractured Necrolite's Skull do just that, and are highly worth picking up if you tend to travel to old expansions often. The Fractured Necrolite Skull costs a modest 750 badges, and allows you to perform the somewhat amusing, albeit macabre effect of sacrificing a critter to summon a portal to the Black Temple in Outland. While this is pretty cool, it requires a critter to be present so that you may use it. To make this a guaranteed portal anytime you want though, you'll want to complete the quest Wolfpack Attack in High Mountain of Legion. This quest rewards you with another toy, the Critter Hand Cannon, which will spawn a bunch of free souls for your Necrolite Skull to use to power your Black Temple portal. You monster. If you want a real big brain strategy though, you'll also want to pick up the Ever-Shifting Mirror for 500 badges. This toy lets you connect the time convergences between Outland and Draenor, meaning you can, say, use your Necrolite Skull to get to Black Temple, and then use your mirror to lead you to a portal that will take you to the Temple of Karabor in Shadowmoon Valley of Draenor. You can also use the mirror in any other zone of Outland or Draenor to take you to the alternate universe's equivalent, with the exception of the Netherstorm. Attempting to use the mirror there will give you the in-game equivalent of your dial-up connection being in use and it just telling you, yeah, no, you can't do that. Oh, and remember, you get 500 badges for your first Timewalking dungeon of the week on each character, so you can use 2 characters to get even more free badges, or even more than 2 characters if you have them and have the time to do it. Lastly, if you're a mount collector such as myself, you'll definitely want to be stockpiling badges on a couple characters, since each Timewalking mount is 5,000 badges. For Burning Crusade, that mount would be the Eclipse Dragonhawk, which admittedly I've never been a fan of, so I haven't spent badges on one yet. Frankly, I've never really cared for Dragonhawks in general, but if you're one mount short from a meta achievement, it's not technically hard to get, but kinda time consuming. Speaking of mounts, there are 2 reputations in Burning Crusade that give a literal cornucopia of mounts when you reach Exalted. However, Blizzard seemed to realize that when they originally made Timewalking and decided not to include those reputations on the list of bind down account rep tokens that you can buy with badges. I'm of course referring to both the SHA'TARI Skygard and the Netherwing. However, with the new change to this Timewalking event, you'll be able to earn 50% bonus reputation from any combat earned reputation, i.e. slaughtering millions of bird people, or turning in quests, such as dailies or Netherwing eggs. Both of these factions have repeatable quests, which I'll go over briefly, and the SHA'TARI Skygard has rep gains just from killing mobs, unlike the Netherwing. The Netherwing are a flight of drakes that have been subdued by the Dragon Maw orcs in Shadowmoon Valley, and as such are generally hostile to any other humanoid-esque races. However, through a pretty interesting undercover quest chain with some obscure Top Gun references, you can eventually gain the trust and companionship of the Netherwing drakes, resulting in earning some of the coolest mounts to come out in Burning Crusade. While there are plenty of dailies to do as you progress in your reputation, your best and fastest bet to earn this rep will be to collect Netherwing eggs that you may turn into the undercover drake Yarzil. These eggs will be scattered all over Netherwing Ledge and within the mines, and a few can even be earned from defeating Netherspite in the original version of Karazhan. Even in the days prior to this event coming out, I've already seen quite a few people flying around collecting eggs, presumably in anticipation for this rep bonus, so you might have a little bit of competition. I'd highly recommend looking for the add-on Netherwing Eggs on CurseForge or WoW interface so you'll know exactly where all the spawn points can be to give you the best chance of earning them. I was going to say Twitch, but literally while writing this script I saw the news that Twitch has sold CurseForge to Overwolf. An unexpected but interesting turn of events, I guess. I might have to end up making a short little video talking about this over the weekend if I have the time to do so. The SHA'TARI Skygard also have a ton of mounts you'll earn upon reaching Exalted, and offer quite a few ways to get rep with them. They are located in Sketis, which is to the east of Auchindoun in Terakar Forest. This reputation not only has quests, but repeatable quests, dailies, and rep earned just from assaulting these avian a-holes. Anyways, alliteration aside, you'll have a ridiculously easy time with this reputation, as long as your server isn't packed with other people farming it. This quest area originally required talking to Eula in Shattrath City and doing a couple easy quests which would send you to Sketis, but this is no longer required if you don't want to do it, so you can just fly on over and start making Kazan fried chicken out of the Arakoa. You want to pick up the quest World of Shadows from Severin as soon as you get here to start this grind. Basically, all you'll do is fly around, smacking around chicken people that aren't boomkins for once, and gather shadow dust from their corpses, which you will then turn in 6 of them back to Severin at the SHA'TARI base camp for an Elixir of Shadows. Consuming this lets you see the time-lost Arakoa. Killing those will give you time-lost scrolls, which are then used at summoning circles to raise one of 4 different boss enemies. You'll need 10 scrolls each time you summon one boss. Once you kill and loot all 4 of the unique boss enemies, you will turn in their items to Hazik, a captured Arakoa, in your base camp. This will give you a time-lost offering, which you'll then use at Tarok's Rest to spawn Tarok. Killing him gives even more rep, and basically you'll just rinse and repeat this process until you're exalted. Exciting, right? Oh, and he has about a 15-minute respawn timer too, so you'll probably get a majority of your rep from the other parts of this process, just as an FYI. But yeah, these are a few things that you can take advantage of during this rep bonus / time walking combination for Burning Crusade. I'll probably end up doing one of these each week for time walking of each expansion, so keep an eye out if there are any goodies, mounts, or reps you haven't got yet. If you have anything else you'd like to do during time walking, leave a comment below to give everyone some other ideas for something different to do during this relative lull we have in content during patch 8.3. I hope you guys liked the video. If so, I have plenty of other stuff on the channel if you're new around here. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.